Okay, Google. What is a skilled labor?
According to Wikipedia, a skilled worker is any worker who has special skill, training, knowledge, and ability in their work.
Don't touch mine.
Okay, Google. What is skilled trade?
According to Monster.com, skilled trades careers are those labor jobs which require specific training, such as a carpenter, a tile setter, or an electrician. Much of the labor involved with skilled trades jobs is manual work and can be physically demanding.
Thank you, Google. Hey guys, what is happening? So I want to talk to you about something that I have read, something I've read on my own channel here in the comments. I put this video out you know, a while back, and it brought in a lot of extra people that don't usually watch this stuff. It came up and suggested, and anyway, it brought in a bunch of other people. I don't want to use the term trolls, you know what I'm saying? Because we all troll stuff here and there, whatever. But it brought in a lot of people outside of the landscape and lawn community onto this particular video. And then for some reason it really stuck in my head, and then I started noticing it on other landscapers videos, and just kind of a terminology that I have just noticed certain people attribute with landscapers and lawn maintenance. And what that is, what had happened was, one day I was on the internet, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like reading, everything was going good, and then I saw this comment. I thought, oh snap! What it said was, any idiot can mow a lawn. It's not a skilled trade. Okay, that's what somebody said on one of, you know, my YouTube channels. They weren't calling me an idiot or whatever. They were just saying, hey, you call me an idiot. I am an idiot. It's all right. But it was just a generalization about our industry. Okay, and that got me to thinking, and I've been thinking on it for quite a while. And just today, I read on somebody else's, because I try to watch as many other YouTube channels as possible, because I love listening to everybody's insight, even if it's just nonsense like half of my stuff is. I still just like listening to it, and you know, I just like being, you know, just all up in there, all up in the goodies, you know what I mean? So I like to be all up in there. And I have seen this 11 times since I saw that, or since my video, that somebody had commented. But some of them, a lot of them are adults, and you can tell by the way that they, by the way they talk in their messaging whenever they push the keys on the keyboard. And I have noticed it. So it got me thinking. And then today, while I'm driving around, because the weather is getting so nice and nasty, I thought that I would discuss this. So here is my thing, and I really would like us to get together, you know, about this, you know, as a community. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna post this, I think, after on Lawn Life. I like that Facebook page. No, they didn't tell me to say anything or whatever, but I don't do a lot of Facebook pages, but I really like that one, because everybody's that, and Lawn Care Legends. I like those two Facebook pages. Those two pages are pretty cool. So I am going to post this somewhere, because I'd like to have a continuous accessible conversational thread about this. So I have heard this and read this where people say that what we do is not a skilled trade, and is not skilled labor. And I can't disagree more. And I just can't. See how many times I'm saying I can't? So what I want to have explained to me is, how can a tile setter be considered a skilled trade, you know, skilled labor? How can, you know, any of those things, right? But not landscape and lawn maintenance. So let's start down here. Can anybody mow grass? Can anybody use a weed eater? Can anybody trim hedges? Absolutely. Anybody can. I mean, anybody. My 11-year-old daughter and my 9-year-old daughter knows how to run the mowers. They know how to run an edger and a weed eater. Anybody can use it. But does that mean it looks good? Give me a pair of knee pads and give me one of those little tools for the carpet, and I'll come install your carpet. I ain't responsible for what it looks like when it's done, but I will do it. You know what I'm saying? Just give me everything to go put your tile in. Just let me do it. You know what I'm saying? It's your tile to your house. It's going down once before you have to jackhammer it up. Just give it to me. I can do it. I can do it. No big deal, right? I mean, it's bull crap. Of course, anybody can do it, but not everybody should do it. And not everybody that does it makes it look good. So here is what I think. I really think that we need to, as a community, redefine the whole concept of a skilled trade, skilled labor. I'm just gonna call it skilled trade because the trade is labor, you know? So my thing is this. Anything that you apply yourself to, you will master or you will do good at, for the most part. Now, I'm just gonna put this disclosure in here. There are many things that require a certain talent that not everybody has, okay? And I acknowledge that, I know that. I am speaking in general, okay? In general, nobody is going to sit on a mower, stand on a mower, grab any stick, and be really good at it. People aren't even good at using a backpack blower, guys. You know that. I mean, they've got to be trained, and it's not something they even learn in a week or 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's something that takes them a while, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or wrong? It takes a while. So any skilled trade, skilled labor requires that you go through training and blah, 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 and you become really good at it and you can make a living at it, right? That's pretty much the essence of it. So I see that what has happened is the old traditional, like the guy down the street, the kid, not even the guy, the old leave it to beaver stuff, you know, the kids mowing the lawn has really just been a mentality that has stuck in people's heads over the years, while other industries have gained a lot more respect, you know what I'm saying, and the professional level in which they are. And I think landscaping and lawn maintenance, for the most part, has fallen behind in people's minds. Not everybody. A lot of people understand, blah, 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 blah. But let's start off first and say, it takes, and this is in my experience, my area, for me, not applying to anybody else, but I think it's, you know, kind of across the board, you know, on a curb, right? So I think that it takes at least a year, and that's my number, guys. My number is, if you don't know what you're doing, it will take you a solid year, full seasons, for you to become a badass at just weed eating, just trimming hedges or whatever. And I don't even think a year is long enough for you to be a master at all of it, unless every day of the week you are performing those duties. You are edging, weed eating, mowing, trimming hedges and all that pretty consistently throughout the week for a solid year. Then you can get it all. But it takes about a year, I think, for somebody to be really, really good at what they're doing, and even longer than that. But somebody that jumps in and says, I have a year experience, I can tell that that's all they got, and that's all they got. But a year into it, you can be good enough, you know what I'm saying, to have confidence that you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that excel. I mean, you know, people that in like 3 months, they are like ferocious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about average, okay? I got guys that have been here a year and they're still not that great at trimming hedges. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about learning a skilled trade. Lawn maintenance is not something that you can pick up and by the weekend be good. By the end of the month, be good. Now, you take those same people that say, oh, it's no big deal. They're out there cutting their own lawns. Unless they've been doing it a long time and they've really learned the technique that it requires to make it look professional, it doesn't look professional. There is a difference between a lawn that looks like a homeowner did it and a professional lawn crew did it. Granted, there are some guys that own their own homes, that do their own yards, and it looks as good, if not better, than your average, you know, lawn guy. And those are the exception. Those are people that take a lot of pride in it. They learn the technique. They learn everything. They understand it's not just holding a weed eater any way you want. There is a certain way to hold it and rev it and everything to get a certain look. They have mastered it. But your average, I'd say 7 out of 10 homes, they need a lawn guy. You know what I'm saying? But in that, you can learn to do anything. I can learn to go to Wall Street. I mean, that's actually something I wanted to do. Y'all don't know this, but back in the day, I was all into like New York, wanted to go. I was into marketing. I wanted to do all that stuff. And I dreamed living in a freaking apartment in, you know, New York, oak cabinets, you know what I'm saying, with suits everywhere. That was my thing. I got over that. But that was my thing. But what I'm saying is, your average, you know, decently intelligent person can learn Wall Street. You can learn all this stuff. Now there's the specials here and there. Again, I'm talking average down the line. Your average person can learn to be a really good nurse, really good doctor, right? Again, there's the exceptions. You know, average guy can do average person can do almost anything, and that's how I honestly believe that the average person can almost do anything. Your will is a lot of times what the difference is, but if you really want to learn how to do something, hardly anything can hold you back, you know? So having said that, I really just do not agree with that whole concept. I truly, at my core, not because I do it, but I really feel that lawn maintenance and landscaping is a skilled trade, man. Like, you have to know what you're doing to maintain a business, keep clients, and make money. And to me, when you master something and you make it your own art and you get paid to do it, that's a skilled trade. End of story. Shut it down. Close the book. Bam! You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. And I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on here. I just, you know, anyways, I'm just rambling on. But I just really, really think that mold needs to be broken. We work. We are part. We make up. You and I, you and all of us make up a multi-billion-dollar industry. We all make up a multi-billion-dollar industry. So I love the fact that people call a multi-billion-dollar industry something that is not skill-oriented. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'll take out a weed eater and I'll run circles around people. The weed, I mean, it is. I think a weed eater is something that certain guys do better than other guys. But you know, like running a weed eater and making it look just sick, like that's a skill, guys. Using a mower is a skill. I mean, carving hedges is a skill. Even an edger. I mean, you can get your normal guy, you know, to do a decent job edging, but man, like once you get into it, you notice, you can see the flair that you can even do with an edger blade, man. You know, it's just a skilled trade, and I'm not down with it not being, because it is. We need to reevaluate what that concept is. Now let's get into lawn maintenance. Like I said, average, I think it takes at least a year for somebody to get really good, you know, and then they just grow and they get better and better. Doing this 13 years, guys, and I still get better at lawn maintenance. You know what I mean? I still find a way to make something better. Landscaping, and I think that landscaping is a totally different ballgame. I think that landscape design and installation is not necessarily a step up, but it's a lateral move, but it requires a different skill set. Do I think everybody is good at visual art? Absolutely not. I think that the installing part, I think anybody that wants to do it and has a passion for it can learn to do landscape installation and make it look great. Landscape installation and design is a totally different thing. It has to, I mean, it's geometry, it's math, it's, you know, it's design. Not everybody's visual, not everybody has an eye for design. So I think that out of 10 people, I think maybe 7 people, 6-7 people would make really good landscape designers. I'm not the greatest, man. I do an okay job. I could do way better. I could apply myself and do a lot better. But what I'm saying is that's absolutely a skill trade. To design landscape, install it, and to organize that is how can you say it's not a skilled trade, man? Like how? Explain to me how it's not a skilled trade. You know what I'm saying? Explain to me how a person cannot show up and take a person's home, take their private property, and turn that thing upside down and just make it look like it is just like a God-given like magazine of a property without any skill involved at all. More or less doing condos that are 40 acres, 30 acres, 20 acres, office buildings, you know, like it is a skill, man. It takes a skill to get this stuff done. Landscape install it's a skill to get it done. you know? But I don't want to ramble on too long, but I want this dialogue to be open. I want us to talk to each other about this. And you guys tell me. I really hope that you don't think that what you do is not a skilled trade. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is a skilled trade. And that's why not, that is why not everyone can make it happen, you know? I think the average person that puts a lot of themselves into it and tries really hard, those are the guys that make a killer landscaper or killer lawn maintenance, you know, person. You can't not care and do really good in this industry. You can't. You won't last, and it just won't look good, you know? But I can't see how people can say it's not. But I want to have a dialogue. You guys let me know your thoughts on this entire thing. Do you think that what we do is a skilled trade, a skilled labor? Question mark. Bing! Do we get guys that have no idea what they're doing and will never figure it out? Absolutely. Do we get guys that don't know what they're doing and turn out to be the sickest person like you've ever seen do this job? I've seen it so many times. I think that it's an awesome industry to be in. Everything's work, man. Everything's work, you know? But I'll give you like an example, which I think is really cool. Like, I never graduated high school. I didn't have the opportunity and all that stuff. And then, you know, it all passed and no big deal. But I found, after many years, a skilled trade that provided for my family, and that's lawn maintenance and landscaping. My wife, Leah. So Leah, you know, she has accomplished a lot, man. In her time, she did it all on her own. She's got she's had a long nursing career. She's got her master's in nursing informatics, which is like programming for nurses. She has, you know, done an incredible job and highly skilled, you know, job, highly skilled. But, you know, Leah will even step back and go, dude, there's like what you guys, speaking me and all of you, what we physically do for a living requires a skill set. And I mean, this is, you know, nobody's better than anybody. I'm just trying to use opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Because the same people that say this is not a skilled trade, you know what I'm saying, are kind of in that mindset. You know, you don't have a certain degree or this and that. You have horticultural degrees and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, generally speaking, you know, Leah will be the first person that says what you guys do is absolutely a skilled trade. It is a skilled labor. She sees and knows what it takes for a person to accomplish and to do what we do for a living, and she appreciates it deeply. You know what I mean? She has a newfound appreciation for it because she didn't really know much about it until we got together and got married, and, you know, we own the business together, and she sees everything, and it blows her mind like how much skill it actually takes to do our job. So anyways, I really just want to, again, I'm a broken record because I'm driving, have this dialogue, and I want you guys to blow the comment section up and let's talk about it. I think I'm gonna go on, like I said, Lawn Life or Lawn Care Legends or something, and post this up. I don't know why I took my seatbelt off, so now you guys have to hear my bing bong. Bing bong! But let's have a conversation, and I want to know if you guys agree with me or if you disagree. Skilled labor, skilled trade, absolutely, hands down. I'm going into Best Buy because, dude, my favorite headphones I've ever bought, the Tara Pros by Jaybird. I was so excited about them. I posted it on Instagram and everything. And turns out that I cannot get the things to stop crackling. I have gone through 3 pair of these things, 3 pair. Every single pair crackles after about a day or two, just crackles with the audio. It makes me so mad because they're so killer. Let me show you guys. So these right here, and you know, I was like, they're waterproof, everything, the sound, the fit, they're just killer. So it just sucks. This is the 3rd pair. I'm taking them back. I'm gonna see what else they got. It sucks, man. If I couldn't, you know, the crackling and the popping, they'd be great. When I'm listening to audio, it's fine, but whenever I get a phone call, you know, and my phone has Bluetooth 5.0, you know, no other device crackles on my phone except for that right there, and it sucks. Anyways, guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah.